Hi everyone, LV here. As I said in the previous video, I wanted to start making reviews, so I'm going to start doing it. As from the title, we're going to review Party Queen by Ayumi Hamasaki. For a long time, I wanted to make a review of this, but being camera shy, I never had the chance to do it, but after seeing YouTubers do this, you know what? I decided, you know what? I'll overcome my shyness because personally, I like to review anything of IU. I like to say what I liked and didn't like, but hey, let's not get started there. So today, like I said, we're going to be reviewing Party Queen. Let's get started, guys. This was a rather bold way to start the album. When I first heard this song, I didn't like it, but I guess that quickly faded away as soon as I guess I've heard it a couple of times and that started to get catchy. The chorus, they flow extremely well, and I found that incredibly good about this song. Despite that, the only thing about this song that I don't like is the way her voice sounds here. Her voice sounds incredibly coarse, almost raw, like she just woke up and started singing. I don't know if she intentionally made it that way, because for the rest of the album she does sound okay, like as usual, but this song, I'm not sure if she specifically wanted to make her voice that way. And it really, I'm like, when I hear it, I'm just like, But, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure if she made it purposely that way or not. And I do, as for the concept of this album, I felt this song works great at first because it's just a super shining pop track with the lyrics. They give off this darker undertone that works really great, in my opinion. The laughing at the end, I felt that suited this song very well. I know a lot of people didn't like it because she's like, ha ha ha, because it sounds a bit sinister in a way. And when I first heard that, I was like, oh, there's a darker side to Party Queen. I didn't know that. But this was before. This was, I guess, after. I realized that after numerous listens. But let's not get started about that. But I did like that laughter. The song was really good, despite IU's coarse voice. This was a really good track. Recommendation. Next track is NaNaNa. I love the start to this. It starts off with a blaring police siren and with the mix of heavy sync sounds that continue the electronica theme that was placed on this album. I really like this track. I love the way it builds up. I love that. I love this part. And I thought it wouldn't, as soon as it couldn't get any more awesome, the ticks, and I feel the ticks really, they build the song. It's building the intensity of the song, and I thought it was really cool. And as soon as I thought it couldn't get any awesomer, IU's vocals came in. Her vocals sound heavenly auto-tuned her. And I found that pretty cool because she's used this she hasn't used this very often. I think the last time she used auto-tune was during Rolling on her Next Level album. And I did like this song. I was really feeling this song. And then, as you can hear, this odd rap pops up. I remember when I first heard it, I was like, I didn't dislike it. I was just like, what is this? I realized at the time I didn't know it was Timmy. I looked him up after I listened to this album, and I guess he's one of her new vocalists. And from what I have, a lot of IU fans don't like him. Oh my gosh. Well, let's not talk about that right now. I thought the chorus was very cool. it reminded me of Ladies' Night in a way. From her Misunderstood album, it reminded me of Ladies' Night. And although I did love this chorus, it created an intense atmosphere that thrives with awesomeness. I would probably have to say I like this. I would probably like the song a bit better without Timmy's vocals. Sorry, Tim. Next song. The next song is "Shake It." This is the last party theme song on this album. From everyone's views, they consider this song to be the weakest dance track. And I don't know why, because to me this was the best out of the three. I love the sassiness she puts into this track. You can literally hear the amusement in her tone, almost like she was smiling the entire time she was singing this. I'll admit the music isn't the best. I can see why some people say this is the weakest because of the music. Because the music does sound a little cheesy, almost cheap at certain parts. But I use Shake It to make up for it wholeheartedly. I love this song. On my iPod, I have listened to this song 532 times. I listen to this song every day. I practically memorized this chorus. Although the music isn't the best, I just delete that thought and just listen to the music because I use Shake It to make up for it. She's shaking la la. And I thought Timmy and their vocals syncs really well with this song. This is a fun song. I really like this song. And the music video is so funny. There's Ayumi in the video shaking her little tush. Oh, I never thought I would see the day of that happening. I never imagined Ayumi doing something like that. Maybe I can see Koda Kubi doing something like that, but not Ayumi. So it was a really fun song to listen to. Every time I look at the video, I can't help but giggle because I see Ayumi shaking her little tush. That was very fun. Ayumi, you make me laugh. Oh my gosh. Next track. Next track is Taskebab. This is the first interlude on this album. When I first heard it, I didn't really like it because it sounded very different from all the interludes I've heard in the past. But I guess, like always, it quickly grows on me. And I grow to, it was definitely an interesting track. Sorry guys, I'm like looking at my notes at the same time. The arrangement of this song was quite interesting. I think I said that already, sorry. But, yes, in this, I believe, and I love that crazy guitar part. I love that part. Because I feel that perfectly transcends how the album is going to change. Like this part, when I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, what is this doing? But this perfectly sets how the album is about to change, because the structure of this album, it is about to change. It moves away from that party queen and it moves into this another tone of this album. And I found that very good, well arranged on Ayumi's part. Let me just shift my notes a little. But this was a very good track. Okay, next song. The next song is Call. When I first heard this, I will admit I was surprised because I was so used to the Party Queen theme that the album had. I was so used to the Party Queen. I was assuming all this song would be dance tracks. So when I first heard this, I was like, because I wasn't expecting it. But that quickly went away. Because despite this being a mid-tempo sort of ballad, I still thought it was a pretty nice song. I do listen to this constantly. I do love the tone of this song. It maintained a natural feeling in it with a tinge of that upbeat atmosphere you always hear. And I love this part. I thought Ayu and Timmy did a good job sing together. It was a very good. And I do listen to this song often. It's a good song. Next track. Next song is Letter. I feel this song starts the dark descent on this album. Even though this song isn't incredibly dark itself, the the songs and the mood of this album is about to get very dark, and I feel this song is the first one that transcends into that darkness. I really liked the atmosphere she set within this song. Of course, the lyrics are always beautiful. The lyrics are so touching. I may not speak the perfect Japanese, but I know she put so much emotion, so much heart into this song, and you can literally hear that, like right here. I'm sorry, right here. You can hear that. You hear that overflowing emotion in her voice, and it's so perfect because it makes you appreciate the song all the more. I just love that about her and the song in general, and it's one of my favorite songs. And I did notice with this song, it had a lot of strings. A lot of strings can be heard throughout this song, especially within the chorus. But I didn't find that to be a bad thing. I think it suited this song very well. So, awesome, Mayu. Next track. Next song is Reminds Me. Okay, out of all the songs I've heard just now, this one had the most haunting beginning. I love the effects she used when doing stringing the song together. It made the listener a bit more hesitant. I don't know, at least that's how I thought of it. Like right here, you can hear those sound effects. I thought that was really cool. But from those sound effects, I thought we were gonna get this angsty chorus, like bam. But it resides in this acoustic, and I admit, when I first heard it, I was a bit disappointed because I was like, why did you do that, Ayu? But I guess after hearing this album, God knows how many times, I think it makes sense now. And my disappointment, by the way, it quickly faded away as soon as I heard that when the chorus crashed in. I was like, oh my god, this was an awesome, like right here. Hold up, sorry, but this was a good track. This was a good right here. Bam! Oh my gosh, this was awesome. There was so much fierceness that influenced this tone. Ayu's voice sounds amazing within this song. Utter perfection. In the bridge of this song, I would say, there was an instrumental break within this song, and I like the fact that Ayu did that because it showed the structure of the song and how the arrangement. And I don't know, when I listen to a song, I like, besides the vocals, of course, I do like to listen to how the song is structured and how it's pieced together. And I do like I used La La La's part because it made the atmosphere more intense. I do like that about this song. Overall, I can't find the words to describe the song because the strings and the guitar mix here, they slay me every time I hear it. It's just wow. Good track. Next track. Next track is Return Mode. This song is similar in epicness. It begins calmly, but that quickly changes when we hear that blaring organ, which that excites me because I wasn't sure what to expect. But things do quickly calm back down as soon as Ayu starts singing. This tune was quite angsty because I feel this song obviously was about her ex-husband and their marriage. And I feel this song is basically talking about how people judged her harshly just because on her marriage because it didn't last long. We don't know what happened. We don't know the whole story, so I don't get why people are judging her when they don't know the whole story. And that's what I feel the song is talking about. Why do you judge and you don't even know what happened? We don't know what happened. We don't know what led to that unfortunate event. And that's what I feel the song tells us. Well, maybe not, because I have read the lyrics of the song, and this is how I interpret the lyrics. And even though my Japanese isn't fairly great, I still found the ability to interpret the pain and confusion she felt in writing this. And her vocals here sound at the utmost perfection, and the chorus is extremely catchy as it is emotional. So this was a very good track. I recommend this track as well. The next track is Tell Me Why. Her vocals seem to have gotten a little calmer here, but don't let that fool you. This song is still thriving with the concepts of truth. And as one of your reviewers stated, which is true, how in Asian culture, most of the men, they don't display how they feel. And that is true, but I feel that that can be said about any culture in general. I've noticed with people in general don't tell the world how they feel, and they just bottle everything inside, and I'm like, why do you do that? You're not fine. You shouldn't do that, because it's not good to hold in emotions. It causes more destruction in the long run, and I felt this song displayed that perfectly. And from a little research, I do know the music here wasn't Ayu's. I know she got the rights for this from some Greek composers, I believe. But even though the music isn't hers, I will prefer this version any day. And I'm saying this because I have heard the original version of this. I think, in my opinion, Ayu, she puts the emotion that wasn't relevant, that wasn't not relevant, wasn't obvious within the original. And of course, maybe it's because I'm a fan of Ayu, so that's where we're going to. But honestly, Ayu does bring something within the song that the original didn't do. So that was really good on Ayu's part, and yeah, this was my opinion. Oh, let me change my notes around a little bit here. Sorry, it's taking a little longer. Okay, next song. Next song is A Cup of Tea. When I first saw Party King's track list, I assumed this was going to be a song, a full song. Because I don't know about you guys, Cup of Tea sounds awesome as a track. I don't know why. To me, that sounds awesome. So I was a bit disappointed when I learned it was an interlude. Personally, it's not my favorite interlude here, but I do will admit it was placed in the right spot. Because this album again is about to shift into another change, and Ayu and her team did a good job placing it here. And now, even though I don't like the song, I did like that part where that British guy was like, "Hey, would you like a cup of tea?" I like that part. I thought that was really cool. Next song. Next song is The Next Love. Get ready for two songs you have never heard before, and the music here, when I first heard it, it trails back into this jazzy old world feel. It reminded me of music that was probably popular in the 1920s to 1930s, maybe. Ayu's voice surprisingly suits this genre. Sorry. Because when I first heard the la la la's, I was like, but surprisingly, it suits it very well. The atmosphere she placed within this was very exceptional. It fitted perfectly with her soft yet powerful vocals she displayed here. The bridge of the song was quite interesting because the pace quickens, and I don't know, from that all I can see is flappers dancing in my head. I don't know why. I really don't know what to make of that. So I'm sorry for that random thought. Next song. Next song is Eyes Smoke Magic. This song continues the theme that was placed within The Next Love. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of this song. I mean, the sound effects that she put in the song were fun to listen to, I will say that. But IU's voice sounds a little whiny, almost cutesy, if I have to put the right word for it. I'm not sure if she was intentionally aiming for it to be that way. But then, wait a minute, now that I think about it, the song was, when I did read the lyrics of the songs were in a perspective of a little girl. So that's maybe that's why she made her voice sound like this. Because I noticed IU doesn't use her cutesy voice so often. I mean, she does use it, but not all the way often. And I don't know, for this track it sounded heavily forced to me, and it turns me off from listening to this song. But I love those sound effects in the song. But yes, personally, it's not my favorite of the album. It's not my favorite. I really don't. I usually skip this song every time I hear it. Next song. The next song is Serenade in A minor. This interlude, I feel, I don't like it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like it, but that's the wrong way to say it. I don't hate it. There we go. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. It's really all strings, and yes, I guess in a way it is beautiful to listen to, but I really don't have anything to say about this track. And I have listened to this album numerous times, and I don't really have an opinion on this track. It's just there. I mean, it's not really much to say about it. I mean, it was placed in the perfect spot because the album again is about to shift into another change that transcends into the end of the album. I will admit, IU did a good job placing tracks within this album. Sorry. Next song is How Beautiful You Are. This was a perfect way to end such a great album. This is a wonderful song with a great message and beautiful arrangement. Beautiful. It has a sort of a timeless feel to it. I never get tired of listening to this song. And although her vocals here aren't the greatest, I don't pay attention to that because I love this song. But her vocals here do remind me of how her voice sounded in the first track, Party Queen. But despite that, like I said before, it doesn't matter to me. I do love this song, and I do listen to this song often. It's a pretty song, and I wish it's one of her underrated songs, and I wish people would listen to this song more often. It's a very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Okay, let me shift my notes one more time. Okay, that was the album, everybody. Yeah, I know the album was a bit different from what IU's released in the past, but to me, I thought it was a solid album. It was still a pretty good album. I love the idea she took with the cover. Yeah, I'll admit, in the beginning, it was rather hard to interpret the message based on the provocativeness of the cover. Because it was rather hard. It was rather hard to find the meaning of this because I was so focused on her cakes. You see that right there? You see that? Yeah. It was rather hard to find the message, but I had to because I know IU. Within an album, IU never does anything on an album without a reason for it. It's always always meaning behind that structure. So I went past the cover and I decided to look. I then realized that maybe this was a I don't know how to say that word, parody? It was a parody of the tabloid covers. Note the barcode you see at the bottom here. And when I first saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. I felt so stupid when I realized that. But when I discovered that, I realized there was a darker meaning to Party Queen, because this cover depicts the tabloid, and as the tabloids, you guys know the tabloids are full of lies. There's no truth in the tabloids whatsoever, and I don't know why people are so quick to believe the tabloids, and they quickly judge the artist. They quickly do all this. They quickly, what's the word? They judge that person, and they just judge those person based on those lies they confronted on the piece of paper. And I feel she made this cover because she wanted to depict how the cold reality of stardom, because since I use a big star, she's subject to that kind of she's subject to that kind of harassment. Harassment? Is that right? I'm sorry. But so it really made me realize she's just a lonely queen, because she can never escape the cage society has placed her in. She can't do anything against society, because society is so quick to judge. They're so quick to bash anything. And when I realized that, my heart burst in sympathy, because I can truly empathize with Ayu. Because as a big star, she can't do anything. And I do know half the things the tabloids and media and people say about her is not true. And I wish people would stop being so quick to judge, and stop believing what these stupid tabloids have to say, and actually listen from her and just people in general. And I thought that thought there truly depressed me, but it made me appreciate the theme of Party Queen a bit more, because I think the first 3 tracks of this album, they fit this Party Queen theme, because she doesn't want anyone to discover how she personally really feels, because it says on the Party Queen, it's like, yeah, party, woo, but those really give off a mirage, and it gives off a mirage because as the album transcends, it developed into this agasty feel that she was trying so hard to hide away, that I feel that was obviously depicted into the third 3 party tracks. This album, without a doubt, is one of her best albums she's released in recent memory. This was a very good album. If you can, buy Party Queen to support IU. I'll continue the message, don't illegally download. I'll admit, I did illegally download at a point, I'm not gonna lie, I did, but I always had the intention in the end of buying the actual album. So if you do illegally download, at least have the thought of buying the actual album in the end, because we want to support the artists, they totally deserve it, and yeah, that's all I have to say on that matter about the illegally downloaded. But yeah, oh, and I don't care what anyone says, this to me was the album of the 2012. I don't care, this was an awesome album. I feel like I'm one of the only lovers of this album that loves this everything about it, because I feel this album gets so much hate, and I don't know why. Besides the covers, the music itself wasn't bad at all. I mean, there was probably only 2 tracks over this, like maybe I Smoke Match and a Cup of Tea. But other than that, this was a solid album. The music here is so real. The music here is really relatable in a way. So I don't know why people are bitching and complaining how this is IU's worst. This is not IU's worst. Party Queen is more than meets the eye. And I wish people would stop being so quick to judge and actually just listen and try to understand what the theme of Party Queen actually means. But what can I do? I can't change people's opinions. But any fan that loves this album, high five to you. Because this was a very good album. And I feel if you can survive Party Queen, you could survive anything she releases after that. Because this album, as one reviewer stated, was the black sheep of her discography. If you can survive this album, you're willing to put up with any other thing she puts up. So, congrats to you. So, this was my review, everyone. I hope you found it to your liking. I'm going to review again. This time it will be a request made of me. So, hope to see you guys then. And I hope you liked the video. Thank you. Bye, you guys.